Apparently, I've been hearing that the Hawkeye Star Rail 3.4 patch is going to have some big additions, changes, and whatnot to the game. And I had already said that I dropped from it, but I figured I'd take a look at it just to see what the game state is like, and then if it's something where it's just like it lives to more so like the idea of what would it take for me to come back and everything, I figure I might give it a shot. A lot of the reasons why I left, if it can be able to undo all of that, then I'm fine with it. But the big reason of why I essentially decided to leave was because they added in a character with a global passive that was a limited time character. So I was like, yeah, fuck that. I'm out. So if they, I don't know, if they can say, oh yeah, we're finally removing that, or hey, we're making that toggleable, you know, we're gonna let you be able to switch it on and off, then yeah, I'd be more than willing to take a look at it again. But if it is not that, and it's just stuff where it's just like, oh yeah, this would have been cool like several patches ago or something when you could have done this. Yeah, like the one thing I heard most notably, they were adding a skip feature. I'm like, okay, that's nice. Where was that like several patches ago? You know what I mean? Like fucking Zone Zero is going on to being a year old and has already had it more or less. So I'm not gonna watch this full thing. I am mainly just going to skim some of it. If this is content where it's just like, I want to look at it, yeah, sure, I'll take a look at it. But if it's content where it's just like, oh, featuring our new minigame or featuring our new side event or whatever, I'm just going to skip it. Okay, this was the big announcement for a long while, is that they were having a fake crossover. Hey, there's Saber. The Saber looks really good. Oh, they're getting Archer too. I didn't know this. Nice. Wait, that wasn't... Hold on. Let's go back. I might be... Hold on. My eyes might be playing tricks on me here for a second. Is that Kukulane? Is that Lancer? Yeah, like, I don't think any other character in HSR has a lance like that, but I could be wrong. No, that is 100% Kukulane. So, Saber, Archer, and Lancer are all coming to it. Is it anybody else, or is it just this? I'll give it this. 3 characters instead of 1. Already, this is an improvement to Genshin Impact's crossover. Okay, so my thought process on just the first like minute or half or whatnot alone, it looked visually pleasing, but then again, this is to be expected from Hoyo. They make a lot of visually pleasing trailers and announcements for their new patches, so not really a lot to write home about. I am surprised that we're getting Lancer, Saber, and Archer all in this. To the extent of which one is going to be, like, if any of them are going to be free, I have no idea. And also, here's what worries me too, is that Castorus is in the game and they have global passives, and from the word I have gotten is that they're adding a full set of a team with characters that have global passives. So my thought process is are all 3 of them going to have global passives? And if so, what about the people who skip out on Fate, like I'm actually considering skipping on the Fate collab right now, currently? And furthermore, if they're giving out a free unit, would that free unit be the only one to actually be like the one with the global passive? And so how do you get them? Do they just like show up in your mailbox and you just get them, and as a result your account is just stuck with the global passive? Like, that's the thing that worries me about coming back to Honkai Star Rail, is that not just one character, but 4 characters from the sounds of it currently are going to have global passives. And I don't know who the other 3 are. And if I step back into Honkai Star Rail at some time, my account's just going to have a character with a global passive by all means. And that's why I'm just like, I don't want to contribute to that. I don't. I don't want to contribute to that, even by accident. Redemption. I don't care. Don't care. Here we go. This is what I heard about.
Aside from the major updates too, as I've written, the long-awaited skip dialogue feature, which was previously announced, is finally going live in version 3.4.
Okay, so, interestingly enough, Honkai Star Rail already had this feature. It has. If you are in the middle of a big quest or whatever, right, or your internet disconnects and it reconnects through a major conversation, or you go against a boss, you fail it, and then you just quit, and then later you retry, you can be able to just skip scenes you have already seen. So it's already had that skip feature in function. My question was, for the longest time, why couldn't that just be a norm, instead of having it be stuff we've already seen? I'm glad it's with stuff we've already seen, being able to skip it, but there could have been more, by all accounts. This is skip the current dialogue, heard and scroll them, or use predictions to perceive what's transpiring inside Amphorius. They agree with predator. Okay.
You can choose the pace of storytelling based on your own preferences.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say this right now. I like the simple color scheme of the dude's design from the top half, but there's a lot of needless details. Like, if the coat was just full white with black accents, I think that would have worked better, but it's patches of, like, white sewn throughout the black skin type clothing.
After the optimizations, her ultimate now lowers the defense of all enemies instead of just one. Meanwhile, she'll prioritize adding a weakness that matches the type of the first character in your lineup. On top of that, Silverwolf will regenerate extra energy at the start of combat and the beginning of each turn. Kafka's skill will trigger more DOT on enemies. And whenever a teammate hits an enemy target with any kind of attack, Kafka will launch a blocking certain traces. The follow-up attack can also trigger extra DOT on the enemy. And using her ultimate recovers the number of times the follow-up attack can be triggered. After the update, he will deal damage to enemies based on his max HP. When Blade enters the Hellscape state, he is more likely to be attacked, and his follow-up attacks will regenerate extra energy. Now she'll deal damage to enemies based on her max HP. Each time a teammate loses HP, Jingliu stacks extra crit damage. After she enters the Spectral Transmigration state, she'll also gain a stack of Syzygy. That means the Spectral Transmigration state lasts longer, and her overall damage output climbs even higher accordingly.
Is that everything? Like, is that all the characters that are getting buffs? So, big problem with this, for me personally, I don't have any of those characters, so it means absolutely nothing to me. I'm sure anybody that has Silverwolf, Blade, and Jingliu, and Kafka will probably be happy, sure. I know my friend Sion does have Jingliu, and Silverwolf. So, yeah, I'm sure she's happy, but I don't have any of those characters. It means nothing to me, so it's just like, and at minimum, that is going to be like 360 pulls. And yeah, that's going to be a minimum of 360 pulls, even if they're rerunning the characters. So, and chances are, they probably will, and chances are, they're probably going to be running them on a banner that is like, oh yeah, we're going to run this new limited time unit, but then we're also going to rerun 3 other units. So they're probably going to put Silverwolf, Blade, and Jingliu, and Kafka all on there and whatnot. Probably. Like, unless you are going to be able to compensate me with enough Stellar Jade to be able to do this shit, like, this isn't really going to affect me, personally. So, that's already a bad sign. Sure, you're buffing characters that have been in the game for at least a year. Cool. And by all accounts, I think they're doing it not because they want to, but because they have to. But this doesn't really matter to me. this doesn't really matter to me because it's just like I'm sure there are going to be people who will say, well, there's going to be more buffs for characters that you might have on your account. Like, yeah, sure, let me know when they get to that point in time. Anyway.
Some of our old friends out of lines will be tweaked to better match the revamped kits, making sure everything stays in sync.
But what if someone wants to stick with their previous version of their abilities?
That won't be a problem. You can switch between our friends' ability modes freely, so choose whichever version you like best.
Okay, that's a little better, honestly. I was like, I mean, that's kind of nice, but it's just like, is there an off switch for that shit? I was about to say that, and I thought maybe they were about to say it. But, so I'm glad I let them speak. But, that's cool. Anything else?
For more details, be sure to keep an eye out.
Oh, that's it. So, there's no off switch. There's no, you can't toggle the eidolons to be on or off. Oh. Huh. Firefly's getting a new skin? Yeah, it's just a school uniform. And I guess Sam has green accents now? How much is that gonna cost?
Well, Miss
Obtain with Oneric shards. Yep, it's not free. Firefly, Jingliu, and Blade. Okay. And Silverwolf gets put on the back burner. Buffer for nothing this patch.
Who will forge a contract with who? Trailblazers will have to find out in the game.
Okay, if this is going to be going the way of the game or so, maybe they will give you the choice. It kind of be a kick in the dick by all accounts, or a kick in the vaginal canal, depending on, you know, whatnot. If you pick a certain gender and then you're just stuck with one or the other. It might be, by all accounts, pick your poison kind of thing. If not, I imagine that I mean, if we're running the same correlation of what Unlimited Blade Works was like for their characters' Star Rail, I imagine the Trailblazer will probably get Saber. And then, I don't know, maybe someone who's allied with the Trailblazer on some level will get Archer. Or I could be wrong. Like, there's a reason why, in particular, I think Archer didn't get paired up with Shiro Emiya. That's what I'm just trying to say.
The King of Knight's new outfit was personally designed by Mr. Takashi Takeuchi. It retains their iconic blue and white colors.
I think she genuinely is killing it with a sort of Honkai Star Rail art style, though. Like the blue and the white, and without any of the overcomplicated character design details. I actually do like it. Yeah, okay, look at this character design. Like, it's symmetrical, it's busy, but at the same time, it's not overcomplicated. Like, the design looks like a complete dress, is the thing. Don't know why MiHoYo loves, by all account, not just going for the asymmetrical look, but just overcomplicating the fucking designs. Whatever they're doing, I guess it's working, but I just look at that and I'm like, that's gotta be a bitch and a half to, like, draw. Okay, that's her basic. That's her skill. That's her ult. And I'm guessing that is something along the lines of her passive, or something like that. Saber and Archer in this style look significantly better to me than most of MiHoYo's character designs, I'm gonna be real. Even though there's, like, added details and whatnot, they're minor. Like, you don't necessarily, like, your eye is not necessarily paying too much attention to it, is the thing. Yeah, so I think that's one. Yeah, and chances are he's got a passive to give him an extra attack on another unit. His skill is summoning a bow and arrow. And then, yeah, he's saying the I am the bow and my sword, which I'm gonna let that play. Because it's cool.
I am the bone of my soul. Unlimited Blade Works!
Without a shadow of a doubt, that is his ultimate.
2 skill points to enter the circuit connection state, dealing damage to one designated...
Wait, hold on, I just realized this. You have how many skill points now? What? The fuck?
While in the circuit connection state, Archer's turn will not end after he uses his skill, and he can continue to use his skill until he runs out of skill points.
So he's just busted. That is busted.
When using his ultimate, Archer will recite the classic chant to activate unlimited blade wax, dealing damage to one enemy.
Okay, so he has gotta be with the hunt then. If he's a single attack unit, probably with the hunt. I imagine Saber is probably with, like, destruction or erudition. Very much a case of, like, if he's only focused on one unit, it is very much a case of the hunt. So I guess that does kind of balance out, but at the same time, it's just like, that's pretty fucking busted.
While also recovering 1 skill point for the team.
Oh, in that case, there's no need to worry about running out of skill points again.
If you pair him up with, like, Adventuring, Fei Shao, March 7th, I guess, or Dr. Ratio, or just... like a number of other characters that have follow-up attacks. Okay, so these don't sound like global passives necessarily. I think these are very much just team-based passives.
Trailblazers can log into the game to claim the limited 5-star collab character Archer for free!
I'm gonna wait until the characters are released, and then look up some information around them, maybe look into some videos about sort of people running them and everything, and just breakdowns. I wanna wait to find out the information about him. I don't know, maybe Lenso's just not even a character you can actually, like, get in this game. And he's part of the event, which, okay, that's fine. Oh, these are gonna be banners. Meaning that if I want a full set for the character, I'm gonna have to roll for them. And chances are, plenty of people who are doing this are gonna want to have to max them out, so they're gonna be tempted to more or less skip all of the, like, other characters that are coming out and going straight for the 5 stars that they're releasing for the collab.
Trailblazers can use Star Rail special passes in the character collaboration warps Excalibur Excelsior and the Bone of My Sword to obtain the limited 5-star characters Saber and Archer respectively. In the Light Cone collaboration warp, Trailblazers can get the limited 5-star Light Cone, A Thankless Coronation from Birth of a King, and the limited 5-star Light Cone, The Hell Where Ideals Burn from Red Radiance of Fuyuki. In addition, pity counts are shared between the character collaboration warp banners and also separately shared between the Light Cone collaboration banners, but neither carries over to other types of warps.
Okay.
It's worth mentioning here that the character and Light Cone collab banners will stay open long-term after the event starts. These collab banners will run across multiple versions with no fixed end date yet.
Okay. Alright, you know what? I retract my previous statement. If it's gonna be there for a long time after its launch, okay, you know what? This is sounding... okay, this has got my attention. This has got my attention now. Alright, if it's gonna be there for a long time, even after 3.6, this is sounding okay. I'm okay. During any warp event at 3.0, spend a total of 200 Star Rail passes to claim the collaboration exclusive 5-star cone. All warp events in 3.4 share the accumulated total of Star Rail special pass uses, meaning that the limited time events I think also count. The Light Cone will be available for claim starting on 12 o'clock on July 11th, server time after the collaboration begins. Check out the official announcement for details. Okay. So, you're gonna have to get almost 3 5 stars in order to be able to get this to trigger. Okay. So, my thoughts on this is that I was skeptical, and I'm still skeptical about the collab in terms of the whole global passive ordeal. Like, if I do come back, I don't know, it would probably be because, like, the global passives are not necessarily all in these collab characters. I'm hoping that they're not. But considering that they're running them for an extended period of time, my thought process is that, yeah, the global passives are on them. But at the same time, it is because this is one of their first real, like, big collabs, so maybe they're giving players enough time to join and get the characters, but I don't know. They've already added a character with a global passive immediately. My thought process is they're going to be doing it again. Either Saber or Archer or both are going to be using it. And that's why I just want to look into more or less the whole thing on this and the characters. I don't know. I really don't know about this. This kind of... you know what? I'm gonna play it safe. This event is gonna be up until the event, at least some of the stuff around the event is gonna be up till 3.6, which is I think maybe September or October, something like that. I probably would have to say, honestly, I'll wait till 3.0 drops, which is sounding like on July 11th. Do a little research into it like the week after it drops. Learn some more about the characters, hear some things, watch some videos, and then I guess make my decision then. It sounds cool, like the event and some of the things that they are doing. Despite the fact that I'm not really going to be able to participate in some of them, sure. I don't know. It's just, it doesn't sit entirely right with me. I'm very in a skeptical place right now.